So, by the start of January, Novak Djokovic announced that he has a visa and he is able to come and play at the Australian Open. And little did he know that he messed up some things with his visa. So, the Australian government cancelled it and then he got kicked out of Australia. That was an interesting 2 weeks, I think it was. I remember when I was doing my predictions, I couldn't start him because they were doing a court case. But then he ended up getting kicked out of Australia, but he's back. He'll be allowed to play in the 2023 one, but that's how it went. But the show went on. The Australian Open still went on, and for some reason, Cristiano Ronaldo's celebration, the Sue thing, took over the whole tournament. It was almost like every match, all you'd hear is...
And I'm not entirely sure that's boost, because we saw earlier this evening Nick Kyrgios win and there were similar sounds. They want the Ronaldo celebration.
Then Rafael Nadal ended up coming home with victory and arguably one of his best comebacks ever in his career. It was a very good match. He came back from 2 sets to love down from Medvedev, and he ended up winning the title in 5 sets, and it went until 1 a.m. It was a crazy match, and he deserved it. It was to separate the tie of 20 Grand Slam titles between the big three, and he became the most successful men's tennis player in the world by Grand Slams with 21. And we can't forget, though, Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis made it to the finals and won the Australian Open doubles title. It was an amazing tournament for them in doubles. It was a great way to kick off the year, and it was an all-Aussie final, Aussie title at home. It was unbelievable. I was so happy, as like a lot of others were too. So when Nadal came to Indian Wells, it was looking very good for him. He has a 21 match win streak. He's been playing very well. He's won Acapulco tournament, and I think that was it up until this point. But then he was doing very well, and then he even beat Nick Kyrgios, who had some problems. Got a bit angry during his match with Rafa, and it didn't end too good for him. But Taylor Fritz shocked Nadal and ended the 21 match win streak to win his first ever Masters 1000 title. Nadal had a bit of an injury, but it was unbelievable performance by Fritz. It was a very good way to win his first ever Masters title of his career. And yeah, another tournament, another meltdown for Nick Kyrgios. Against Jannik Sinner, had some very interesting things to say to the chair umpire of that match. It was very interesting, and that made not a lot of more people like him. But in the end, Carlos Alcaraz, a young rising star, won his first ever Masters 1000 title. The Miami Masters and Indian Wells are very good for young players. He was able to defeat Casper Ruud and take his first ever Masters. It was very good by him. So this tournament was the return of Djokovic. He did play in Dubai, but he lost in he won one match, and then he lost his second to an unexperienced player, and then he ended up losing this one in round 2 because he had a bye. So he lost to Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, which had a very good tournament. He went to the finals, but things weren't looking so good for Jockey in 2022. But it was Stefanos Tsitsipas to come back and defend his Monte Carlo Masters title. He took it out with a great win over Davidovich Fokina. Very good start to the clay court season for the Greek. It was very good for him. I bet he was happy. So Madrid Masters was an amazing tournament for Carlos Alcaraz. He played against Nadal in the quarterfinals. He was versus Nadal. And then he won Yes, he beat Rafael Nadal, where a year ago he wasn't able to do it. It was an amazing result. Everyone was going crazy. Then he beats Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. It was an insane result for him. He managed to beat Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic back to back to make it through to not back to back, but like his second Masters 1000 final. And he was playing against Alexander Zverev. And he won! He beat Zverev to claim his second Masters 1000 trophy. It was unbelievable. He managed to beat it wasn't top three players, but it was like three of like one of the greatest players in the world on clay and stuff. So it was very good for him, and I was very happy for him. And he was going into French Open with a lot of confidence, but this would probably be his second best tournament. We'll talk about his best later in the video. And it's Rome Masters time. Rafael Nadal gets beaten by Denis Shapovalov. Another pretty interesting upset, let's say. A very good match by Denis, but before that he had a bit of a meltdown one of his other matches, unfortunately. Yeah, in the end he lost to somebody else. But Novak Djokovic took his first ever title of 2022 season. First of 5 in Rome, defeated Stefanos, and it was a good tournament for him. It would prepare him very well for the next tournament, which is the French Open. So, this tournament was basically the end of Alexander Zverev's season. He had a terrible injury. As you can see in this photo, he looks like he rolled his ankle terribly. Just looking at this photo again, it looks terrible. And it was in the semi-finals against Nadal. He was doing really well. He was actually having a good clay court season up until then. It didn't work for him. I feel quite bad for him, but at the same time, that's what happens in tennis. You get injuries, and that's what ended his 2022 season. Another Grand Slam, more history for Rafael Nadal, claiming his 14th French Open title and a 22nd Grand Slam title of his career. The man at the time could not be stopped, and was simply, it was just masterclass. He played very well all tournament, defeated Djokovic and a lot of others. So very good for Nadal to claim record-breaking numbers. Okay, so Wimbledon was a very good tournament for Nick Kyrgios. He pushed through a lot of very tough matches. Some were very tough and others weren't, but he had an incredible tournament to make it through to the finals. He played against Novak Djokovic. He ended up losing the finals, but it was a very good 2 weeks for him. First Grand Slam final, the points didn't count, unfortunately, for him, but it was really good as he was improving. 2022 was a very good year for the Australian. So, Novak Djokovic came through with the victory at Wimbledon, second title of the year, 21st Grand Slam title, moves second officially in the Grand Slam race, overtaking Federer, and needing one more to go to beat Rafa, but unfortunately he wasn't able to play the US Open due to his not getting vaccinated. So anyway, but it was bad luck for him. Here's why. He won the title, but because of, what happened at the start of the year for Wimbledon banning Russian players from playing, ATP Tour, so no points were awarded. So that means all the results from last season, everyone would drop the points that they won from last year's Wimbledon. So Djokovic ended up, when he won the tournament, he was meant to win 2,000 points. He ended up losing 2,000 points because he won in Wimbledon last year. So he dropped from world number, he dropped from world number 1 to world number 7. And it was poor jockey. So yeah, I didn't really follow this tournament much. All I know is that I saw Pablo Carreño Busta won the title, won his first ever Masters title. So That was really cool to see. I didn't really follow the tournament, to be honest. I kind of just watched it like a little bit, but it was a very good week by him, and defeating Hubert Hurkacz in the final, it was great to see. Like this, the summer of tennis was a very good one. There was a lot of new winners, a lot of people that really top notch. So this tournament is basically the start of Rafael Nadal's downfall. I don't know, up in like Wimbledon he was playing good until the abdominal injury, but he just kept not playing very well. He got beaten by Borna Coric, a protected ranking player who literally just came back this year after his injury. So yeah, not very good for Nadal, and the start of the season was good, but this was the downfall. And as I said, Borna Coric, after beating Nadal, went on to win the title, first ever Masters trophy of his career. An unbelievable performance. Like, he's a protected ranking player. He was, this pushed him up to like world number 20 or something. It was unbelievable. Like, good on him. That was amazing. He beat Musetti, Nadal, Bautista Agut, Aliassime, Norrie, and Tsitsipas all together. It was an unbelievable week, and very happy for him. It was awesome. So this US Open was, I want to say, the best Grand Slam of 2022. It was so good, full of upsets, amazing results. Incredible. Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis played singles against each other. It was a very quiet stadium for no reason whatsoever. And then Kyrgios ended up getting the victory. He went through to the quarterfinals. And then we had so many amazing results. It was absolutely crazy. Okay, so this is one of the best matches of the US Open. It was Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner. This was insane, this match. I gotta say, the most thrilling one. I'm sitting there looking at the scores and stuff because I can't watch it, and then it lasts the whole day, the match, pretty much the whole day. 5-setter goes to like 2 a.m. 5-set. It was an incredible match. It provides so much entertainment. It was absolutely incredible. I enjoyed it like so many other people did. Alcaraz ended up coming through with the victory, but it was stunning. But after all this, Carlos Alcaraz became a Grand Slam champion for the first time, youngest ever Grand Slam champion, and became the youngest ever world number one at just 19 years of age. This season was stunning for him. It was absolutely incredible. From such a kind of low ranking, I saw something like 2 years ago in February 2020, he was world number 400, and now he's here at world number one. It was an incredible feat for him, and good on him. It was an amazing tournament. He beat Casper Ruud, and just awesome. And normally I don't do like these kind of tournaments. I only do Grand Slam and Masters, but this is a very special tournament. Roger Federer's final ATP Tour event. He played one doubles match, the last one, with Rafael Nadal, two amazing players. He was one of a kind on the ATP Tour, and one of the greatest tennis players ever, I'm going to say. He is the OG GOAT of tennis, so it was very sad that this was his final tournament and he won't be playing ever again. So it was very crazy, and the Laver Cup was very emotional that day. As you can see here, both Rafa and Roger crying, bawling their eyes out because of this last special moment they had together on the court. So at this tournament, Carlos Alcaraz, he made it pretty far in the tournament until against Holger Rune. He got injury. I think it was an abdominal injury sort of thing, just around that kind of area. It just, yeah, things weren't looking so well for him, and this is when he got his world #1 trophy, so things were looking good, and he qualified for Nitto, but then he had to pull out for the rest of the tournament and withdraw from the ATP finals because his injury would have taken a while to recover. So really unfortunate for the world #1s who had to end the season early off this. Okay, this is a big one. Holger Rune won the Paris Masters. He beat Novak Djokovic and another 4 top 10 players en route to victory. It was an incredible week for him. Outstanding, including the world #1. I know it was a retirement, but still, Holger Rune really played top level that tournament to claim his first ever Masters tournament, and upset after upset after upset. It was just fantastic. So yeah, the Nitto ATP finals wasn't so good for Rafael Nadal. He had a very, let's just say, interesting first 2 matches. He lost both of them. He lost to Taylor Fritz, and then I think it was Felix Auger-Aliassime, but he won against Casper Ruud, but wasn't very good for him, so he was not able to make it through to the semi-finals, unfortunately. But that ended his incredible season early. 2 Grand Slams and no Masters titles, but he had a 500 title and a 250, so not bad for him, I guess. But to end off a very weird 2022 season on a very strong note, Novak Djokovic won the Nitto ATP finals against Casper Ruud. It was a great victory from a wonderful way to end the year. 5 titles, that's the same amount as Carlos Alcaraz. And someone did the maths. He got max points of the tournament, 1,500, won all his round robin matches, and everything. It was really good for him. So what a way to end the year. It was a very good 2022 season. I think it was the best one. It was better than last year, I want to say that for sure, definitely. But that was it. That is the 2022 season done. And I've summarized it in under 20 minutes. So it was a big year this year. It was a very big one. Lots of new winners and lots of upsets, lots of hype, epic moments. So hope you all enjoyed this summary and video. And if you enjoyed the season, then let me know. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great Christmas time. I'm not finishing uploading, don't worry. I'm not going to stop uploading. There's just going to be a little break because I've got news. Big news. Let's get into it. So from the start of January, I will not be uploading any videos. End of December, start of January, because I will be heading over to the United Cup in Brisbane. I'll be seeing how well that is. It's going to be a good tournament. I want to be watching it for the first time ever. And then I have a tennis tournament coming up, like pretty much like a couple days after I am there, so I won't be uploading for a little while. The United Cup predictions will not be happening, unfortunately. Sorry to the people who are keen on that, but the Australian Open is going to be the biggest one of them all in summer, so it's going to be really good to predict, because I really like the Australian Open. It's really nice because I can actually watch matches live and stuff. So it's like the US Open and Australian Open are really good because I can follow the stuff and it's like happening in our daytime. So really like that, but just to let you guys know what is happening. Anyways, everybody, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and try not to cry as the 2022 season has come to an end. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye.